What's up, everybody?
Good morning.
Jason and Esther.
Yes. What's up?
What's up, baby? What's up? It's a good day.
A good
Come
day.
on.
Yes.
It's a good day. However, we are going to talk about...
The worst day of my life.
Like, why would
Ever.
we do that? Now, why would we talk about that if we want
worst
to
day.
share all the goodness in the world? But
Yes.
it's going to add something to your life, like it always does. Because you're awesome, I'm awesome, and you are awesome.
You're like going off camera. Do you know
Oh,
that?
Whoops. Let's stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyway, say
So,
hi. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. And interact
Yes.
in the comments, questions, things you want to say, or say a big yes. All the things.
Right. So this shouldn't be a depressing conversation because it's not actually the worst day for people. But of course, being big on helping you understand yourself and understand the people around you.
Yes.
So, like, what makes for a bad day for the different personality styles? Giving you language to say, hey, this is why at the end of the day I'm tired, I'm maybe frustrated, even if you couldn't put a finger on, certain things. And, it's not the worst day as in events that happen. So you could have something happen in your family, all that stuff. That's not what we're talking about, right? You can highlight that. But just when, you have days that are like, oh man, why is it such a drag?
Yeah.
What's going on?
The things that drain your energy, that maybe create more pressure or even stress, and to recognize those things and to know how you can actually use your strengths or use things in your life that you were wired and made for to have a better day or a best day, no matter what circumstances going on, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about. Cheers. I'm not drinking coffee. I already had coffee because I needed coffee this morning. Went to bed late and my alarm came way too quick this morning. Did not want to get up.
Yep. So
yes.
Worst day. So, do you have any real stories, or a situation of a bad day for you? If not, let's go. And we don't want to draw this out too long. No. So, let's look at a creator first, the deep personality style.
Okay.
So, what would make for a bad day for them? And you can lean into maybe that side of your personality. What do you think, or what are some thoughts you have on that?
Wow, you should start with my eye because I can say 10,000 things.
Okay, then let's go advancer first. So if you are an advancer, an I, or you have them in your life, again, this helps you recognize, hey, how can I support the people around me who are that style or myself?
Right. So, and maybe if I'm saying some things that are more the D part of me, then
I will correct it. Right? Don't worry. I'll make sure it's accurate.
So the things that immediately stand out to me is when there is no interaction with a lot of people. So, no experiences, not a lot of different communication. It's always about communication.
Is it always
with
about
people? And no space for spontaneity.
Sure.
So when there's a lot of schedule, routine, have tos, get it done, time limits or deadlines or all those things. And no space for spontaneity to create an experience where I can communicate with other people. When I have none of those three things, I'm going to be in the middle of my day, I'm going to have a drag and just,
Sure. Yeah. So of course, for an advancer and I, they're about bigger groups of people. So you mentioned that. It's like if they have to work more alone, be alone, or just work with a few people, that's not great,
Yeah.
Focus on tasks.
Yeah.
Details, I would assume handling a lot of details and information.
Yes.
Would make
Which
for
comes with,
a horrible day.
the schedules and the...
Well, that's routine.
Okay,
Because you're
routine.
looking for
Okay.
being spontaneous, different experiences. So routine, a lot of routine is not great for you.
Yeah.
And for the advancers. But then having to handle facts and figures, like a lot of numbers,
Yes.
or making sure things are accurate, the information
Yes.
is correct.
Yes.
So you'll like details in story and communicating, but information details would be a complete drain.
When I have to write a lot of emails or, contact people about detailed information. Not if it's just like, hey, how you doing? I'm checking in with you. Oh, great. Like, I'm just flowing, right? But if it's like 1, 2, 3, and I need to let you know, then I want to it takes me a while. Let's just say that, and then I'm looking at the time that it took me to do that, and then I'm like, oh my word, I need to go for a walk, or I need to go have coffee with somebody.
Right.
That type of thing.
And then it would also be doing a lot of listening versus being able to communicate would also be a drain.
And I would say for me, I feel like, because even if I am meeting new people, that is definitely a fun thing or a motivating thing.
Sure.
But if I cannot communicate and we cannot share the same passion or the things that make you alive, and you can communicate or conversate about that, then it's still not always great.
Okay. Well, the thing is, you're a motivator, so I think the piece there is the buy-in.
Yeah.
Like, if you're motivating people and they're buying into what you're communicating, and they're inspired or they're excited about it, that's going to, I think that's the difference, right? It's not necessarily, it needs to be the same thing, because your style does really well communicating to a big group and inspiring and motivating them in whatever you are excited about.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're having a conversation with someone and they are not getting excited about it, that's where the thing is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how our day started today. Before we pushed the live button, I am not kidding. He was like, well, it's starting to be my worst day. Because I had certain ideas, and he's like, nah, let me take my bow and arrow, nah, to the ground, nah, Anyway, beside point. We left because that was what we were going to talk about. But as we're talking, then I'm thinking of my D side.
Okay.
And I would say that when nothing really is happening, as in results or impact of what I'm working on or what I'm about or what I'm doing, is not immediately, or at least some movement of a result that I want to see. Whether it's in my parenting, whether it's in my business, whether it's in my communication with people, the work I'm putting in does not result into anything.
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I think there's a
not?
couple sides to that, because a big thing for, again, the advancer and the I is influence and the result of motivating people. So that's one side.
That's still...
The other side is more of a with the D or the creator, is there is a result. So that can tie into, hey, are people motivated and inspired?
Yeah.
Am I having influence? That's a result I'm looking for. So that definitely comes into play.
Sure.
You'll gauge results differently because of other pieces of your personality style. But yeah.
Okay.
So again, this is to help you understand how amazing you are, and just to embrace that, hey, this is what I bring. and who I am. This is some of the greatness, the awesomeness that's inside of me. The
But to
advancer,
recognize
the
that,
advancer is that inspiration and motivation. Go ahead.
yeah, it's that if I don't have that in my daily life, those can be some of the reasons
Right.
why you're not as excited or not as motivated yourself or
Energized,
or
because
run out of energy.
When you
know?
do those things, you are energized. So we're
Yeah.
talking about bad day.
Yes.
You know, the worst day, which means I did things that drained energy from me.
Yeah.
Again, doesn't mean that you can't do that periodically. Like, don't ever limit yourself, right? But having to spend a lot of time and energy in these areas, like, then you're not producing who you are and the greatness that you bring to the people around you. And so
And then that's like for me, when there is something, if it's like an idea and it just drops, right? It always just drops. Like,
just drops.
it's
Ideas
just
24/7 dropping.
drop. And to me, it's like a for real. And then I get so excited about it, and I'm like, I can see this thing. I should just go and share it with another eye. Instead of finding a C that's going to be like,
The flip side is what happens, of course, is when we don't think, of course, we recognize it and we know what's going on, but you drop a ton of ideas and I'm busy trying to work stuff out, and then you're overwhelming me with ideas as I'm in the process of trying to make things happen. And so, yeah, you could go find another eye. You guys would get excited, but you would just get excited. Like in my training, one of the examples we use is like, the eyes would be sitting in the clubhouse of the golf course talking about how fun it would be to go out and go golfing, but they'd never go out and go golfing. They would sit in there just talking about how fun it would be. Like, they never take action.
yeah.
So that's a joke, but it's the talking and the communicating and the inspiring and motivating and throwing around ideas, which is one of your awesome strengths of the advancer. So,
And I value fun too. There needs to just be a lightness.
if there wouldn't be fun and lightness, that would also, too much seriousness, too much focus.
Can you see that I may not have had a lot, some of that? Because I'm like, sometimes life just already, right? There's just so much responsibility. And then people are so serious. And it's like, dude, life is to be enjoyed. Let's be the turtle in like Finding Nemo. Dude, let's swim. Let's... Anyway,
moving
we're
on.
like way long.
We are way long on you.
Long. Okay, so the D.
The creator.
The creator.
Right.
I
So,
touched on the result, but what else?
yeah, not seeing results, not seeing something, moving forward, not having choice or being able to make decisions. Like,
That is a big one.
yeah,
Yes,
someone
that's
making
true.
all
I
the
forgot about
choices
that.
for me, or the situation just not having choice. So
That's true.
our youngest,
Yeah.
like, he's high in this, and the worst day for him is if there's like soccer game, even though his is in there and he gets to do what he loves to do. It's like his soccer game, then the next person's soccer game, and then we have to go here, and he doesn't have any choice on
freedom. Yeah.
freedom to choose. It's like, you got to get ready, you got to go.
And it's so funny to me because I recognize that in myself too, that I want to have that freedom. However, and especially in my family, as a mom, my D comes up a lot. I want to just tell people what to do. I don't want to give them... Look at his face. I don't want to give them the freedom because I have already figured it out. I already know the answer. And therefore, I can actually make it go faster for you because I've already figured it out. And you think you know, but you don't. And so let me just tell you what to do. However, if someone does that to me, not good.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And I'm thinking of my youngest, or my oldest actually. That's also a Heidi. I should.
So
Not parent like that.
Not being able to make decisions, not being able to create action.
Yeah.
So that's where,
that's huge.
like, they'll get frustrated with people just talking about things. So if there's too much talking, not action, there's too much feeling in it, and not just fact and go and do.
Yeah.
That makes for a bad day. You know, it's all I feel, I don't know. And then let's see. I was trying to talking about a lot about how. So how are you going to do something? Yeah. That will make for a bad day for you if you're a creator, because you're talking about what, and you're going to figure out how to do it. But if you need to be told how, somebody's telling you how, do X, Y, and Z or whatever, you're looking, I can get the result. I'm bringing the result. I'll figure out how. That's how you work. Yeah. So.
Maybe we should have had our kids on here tell about their best and their worst day, what they don't like. They're like authentic, like they don't know anything different, right? We as adults have learned other people's expectations and all that. So we sometimes conform to that and forget our authentic wiring. All right, so what about the S?
The S. So a bad day for an S would be a lot of change.
Ooh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, especially unexpected change. Yeah. It's like it shows up, you know, we were going to do this, now we're doing this, now we're doing this. Why? What's going on? A
lot of change without information either, or preparation and then information about the change, because
so first of all, a lot of change just drains energy in general, because you guys are amazing. You stabilize things, you bring you secure it, you make it long lasting, but a lot of change just in general. Yeah. So the more things are disrupted, you know, not great for you. Yeah. Then secondly, lacking information or explanation, expectation. That's a lot of explanation, blah blah blah. But not having that, and then if there's going to be change, not having the time to process either your decision. Yes. Well, you know, time to make a decision.
Like it's time to process change. The change, something came up and it changed, and then the people, which most of the time are the I's and D's, are telling the S, we gotta move it along, we gotta do it now, we gotta, you know, and that where there's no space for process or to take a minute or an hour to actually think it through and give them time, right? And we have some in our family too, where we had to learn that, hey, that's why all of a sudden they start asking every question on earth about that thing, because it touches their inner, you know,
the way they're wired.
Yeah, the way they're wiring. Yeah.
These things create a bad day because of what you generate and produce. The strength that you bring, the kind of opposite side of that is the disruption in that space, whether you're not being able to make decisions because you bring that decisiveness, that ability to make decisions, whatever. And so, again, like not having change, a lot of change, and especially just for the sake of change, that doesn't work well for them, just a lot of change. Right. But if they need to experience change, then having time and information in order to engage that, as well as decisions. Also, a bad day would be is if you had to make decisions for other people. A lot of decisions for other people, because you value people's opinion being heard and them getting what they want and supporting that. So you having to decide. Yeah. Or them, if you have an executor, an S in your life, them having to decide for other people, that's not a great space for them as well. And
you, as an I or a D, might want to feel like, because if somebody gives you that freedom,
that's amazing.
To decide, that's amazing. So they would feel the same way, right? So you give them that freedom. It's like, to them, that's the worst thing. It's a bad day. Because that's too much pressure. It's too many options, too overwhelming.
You make it sound negative sound a little negative, overwhelming if it's an executor watching here. the point is you guys stabilize and you bring a completion, you're finishers. And so when there's a lot of change, you see less possibility in finishing. And so don't take that as a negative, like, it's not saying you're weak or not good enough. No,
that's
it's just
not
saying,
at all
hey,
what I'm saying.
you bring these strengths and therefore the other side of it.
So what we're highlighting is that if you have that a lot going on in your daily life, more than having the possibility to process or having the possibility to just, take it slower or have a stability in your thing.
Yeah.
But then again, if that is something that is going on in your life, you also have that ability to bring that, right? And that's a strength that you have.
Yeah. So it's slower as in you make decisions, you take your time in making decisions. So what helps is building routine. Yeah. So like for you are all excited, routines drain me, they break me down. But for executors, building routines as much as possible, it works amazing for you.
Yeah. So me as that doesn't mean I do not have routines in my life. I actually have a lot of routines in my life because it just makes life go smooth and it makes it work. However, I create space for myself to be able to be spontaneous or be inspired or whatever, more than the routines. If my days are only full of that and I don't create space, then I'm gonna be a cranky person.
And that's a flip side. Like you guys can never eliminate change in your life, and like there's change happens and you can't eliminate it, but it doesn't mean that has to be like the only thing you live in is this constant change.
Right.
So
exactly.
You're awesome in whatever style and approach. And then we have the refiner.
The refiner. Oh baby, tell me all the
Are you sure you don't want to tell me what makes for a bad day for me? No.
Having a lot of eyes coming with a lot of ideas and a lot of experience and a lot of feeling and no information, no coming with the actual tangible, not somewhere floating up here, but actual data and proof. Am I right?
Yeah.
End result. Because you're going to be like, oh my word, this is just going to be a whole lot of work for me. To actually do the thing and make it happen, which...
Yeah, so...
And having to, if you have to do a lot of communicating of, you're good in here. You're a thinker. You can create in analyzing and systems, and you can put that all together without having to say a word. Right. Like you can be amazing at who you are without saying a word.
But so that's not straight across the board though, because that's part of my unique style. Because
that's true.
The I piece in my personality is very low, which is one of the communication point, as you know. So,
which is super high.
But that doesn't mean someone who's a refiner with a higher advancer piece in there, they may like to communicate a little more than I do.
Yeah.
But of course.
And so the you putting in plans, to see it through and to make happen what those D's and I see in the bigger picture and the vision, and to look at those things that could be potential pitfalls or whatever, problems or whatever. But you, where was I going? I just lost my thought when you said so.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
So the big deal is a bad day for a SEER refiner would be, just kind of winging it.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Fly by the seat of his pants.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
Not planning, not researching or gathering information ahead of time.
Yeah.
Not being able to be accurate as far as getting the facts in place. Some of that stuff would definitely be...
Again, doesn't mean that he doesn't do that. He actually forces himself sometimes to do that, and he discovers different things. However, if that is all day, every day, way more than that he's going to be able to research and plan and put system in place, that's just not, he's going to be exhausted.
And we are we tend to be more systematic in our thinking and our approach.
Right.
And so,
Right.
Things that are just all over the place and not systematic, or you can't kind of engage in there's no rhyme or reason, or it's unclear what is actually happening, and you bring clarity to that situation. But if you can't get clarity, like it's just, hey, there's stuff everywhere, you just fit in, you go to a project or an event or whatever, and there's not, you don't really know what's going on. There's nothing really makes sense or clear. Like that could be a bad spot for you to float around in.
Yeah.
Anything else that is draining on a refiner that you can think of?
Well, so, and then if you have to do a lot of communication.
Right.
That's,
But that ties into the eye again.
That's
but
just
it is
because
opposite.
your eye is low. So you could have a C that has a high eye, which
you could
actually we know somebody that does, and they are great at
they're
they
more
love
energized by it.
communicating.
So
They're energized.
remember, all these.
That's
it's
true.
not.
That's
it's not
unique. That's the unique combination.
You
of your
all
personality
have a
style.
unique combination,
That's
and the people
true.
around you have a unique combination. So this is again. Not this.
No.
They're not boxes we want you to put yourself in. They're just understandings of kind of a general way.
It's understandings to look at your daily life. If you have been experiencing a lot of tiredness, or just not motivated, you're not energized, stress or whatever. That could be because of specific circumstances, but it can also be because you're not sure about understanding what brings those things in your wiring, right? And that's what we're talking about. And that's what we get excited about when people understand that about themselves and actually have the ability to then change that for their daily life, right?
Right. And to support yourself or support people around you. So you create rhythms or structure or space that helps you to operate in these areas, right? And so again, for a refiner, just kind of smashing things together, not being able to bring the excellence is not good. Like for me to be on the demo crew all the time, or for a high C to be just demo, just crash and break, and there's no don't color inside of the lines type thing is not a good space. As good of a space for them. That's de-energizing because they're bringing that accuracy and things. So just realize, hey, you're amazing. The people around you are amazing as well. And some of these things, if you can remove or limit them, or bring these other pieces in place for yourself or people around you, that's going to energize and support you, energize and support them. That way we all can show up in our style of greatness and just add to each other, add to the world around us. And
but I think this is also a really good thing to look at if you're looking at like a job or something that you're going to be doing every day. You do not want to be looking for something that is going to drain your energy every day because of your inner wiring. No, you're going to want to look for something that you can actually utilize your strengths most of the time, like 85 to 90% of the time, because then you are the best version of yourself and you are the most alive version of yourself, which is going to create the impact and results that business that is going to hire you wants, right? So don't go and look for something that is going to only have super stability and routines and systems and organizing and details. If you're visionary and you can see the positive thing and you're the motivator and communicator, vice versa, right? I mean, I'm not going to go through all the things again because we did that, but that's especially if you're looking for a career or something to do with your life, right? Whether it is ministry or whatever it is, like, look at how you are wired and understand those strengths about yourself, and then find that in life that you can utilize all those things most of the time, because then you're going to be so alive and thriving, and the people around you as well.
Yeah. 100%.
Man, I just came alive.
You just came alive.
Boom!
I can talk and I can motivate. What's up?
Yes, because that's why you're here. You're not here to just get by and survive and to conform yourself to something that you're not.
Right.
This is who you are. And not everybody is like that. You have a unique design about you. But if you don't know that, okay, and that's why we're here to help you. JasonTWeaver.com. Go check it out and let us help you if you need help. Anyway, that's a wrap. Boom! I'm having a good time today, guys.
So, you guys are awesome.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Whatever your style, your combination,
Yeah.
all the greatness and awesomeness that's inside of you, continue to show up and bring it to the world around you.
Turn those other days, those bad days or worse days, turn them around. You have the ability to turn them around.
Okay. That's it. Cheers.
That's it.
Bye.
See ya.